Hello, hi family. How are you guys doing today? Again, this is Antoinette Hunter from Amazing Growth. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, you are very welcome, and please don't stop. Keep watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today, I am going to talk about 8 tips for communication and interaction for individuals with Autism Spectrum Disorder. Yes, those are my babies. I love working with children with autism. So, the first thing I'm going to advise you to do is to be patient. Be very patient. I know sometimes it's difficult when they are having their little outburst. It's hard for you to really sit there and have patience. 2, teach your child how to express anger without being too aggressive. How do you do that? You do that by communicating with them using gestures paired with speech. Communicating with them with gestures. Basically, I'm suggesting a few gestures that you can use to work with your child to minimize the anger and frustration. Give me. So when they want something, you use their hand over hand and do give me. Once they understand give me and they want something, rather than crying to them, if they want it, instead of you just giving it to them, use a hand over hand technique and gesture give me, and then give them the item right away. The next thing you want to do is to use visuals. I always tell parents and families to use visuals. Visuals is something they can see. If they can see what they want, they'll be able to show you and point it to you or take you to what they want. Okay? They will communicate their anger that way. Rather than falling on the floor and getting upset or having tantrums, if you have your visuals ready for them, they'll be able to tell you, have it on the table somewhere, have little cards, picture cards, print them out from the internet, give me, more, all done. Okay? Just few to start with, to minimize the frustration. The next thing you want to do, which is number 3, be persistent but resilient. How you going to be persistent? If they want something their way and you know it's not safe, even though Johnny is crying and Johnny wants to eat something that you know that Johnny should not be eating, a raw food, for example, and you say Johnny, it's not safe, and Johnny is crying that Johnny wants to eat that, you need to be persistent and not give it to them. You got to be tough. You have to remain consistent, because every time Johnny cries and you give Johnny what Johnny wants, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to anticipate that whenever he wants something, he needs to cry. And he needs to sometimes throw things around or across the room, or maybe knock things off the table. For you to deal with that behavior, you need to be consistent and be resilient, okay? Bounce back, come back in, don't take it personal. It's just a situation. You don't want to be all personal and all carry on and red on your face, getting all upset. No, Johnny, you can't eat that because it's not safe. Mommy's gonna give you the food when it's cooked, but it's not cooked right now, and it's gonna hurt you if you eat it. See? Not good. If you have your gestures, Johnny will be able to see that what Johnny's trying to eat is not safe. And when you consistently saying no when no should be said, the child is going to eventually understand. Number 4, always stay positive in everything. Remain positive. Don't bring any negativity around the child. because when you bring negative things around them, you're going to make the situation worse. If the child is playing with another child and you realize that maybe this child has an aggressive behavior, and maybe your child is about to hurt the sibling or hurt another person, the way to do it is to go to them and say, "Hi Johnny, I see you playing. Wow, can I join and play with you? Because I know you're very kind. You treat your friends really nicely." Johnny's not responding, and Johnny's face is like, Johnny wants to fight. "Johnny, I see that you're getting very angry. Can we talk about it? What's wrong?" You want to be positive first, because if you go in to Johnny and say, "Okay, what's going on here?" It's going to become a problem. "Hi Johnny, I see you playing with Tommy. Are you okay? I know you guys play really nicely together, and I love the way you play with Tommy. I am coming to join you guys. Can I join?" Johnny might be upset, but you're breaking the attitude and the response before Johnny jump into fighting Tommy. 5. Ignore irritating attention-getting behavior, because they are good at doing that. Sometimes they just want things a certain way, and they will keep whining and crying and probably having tantrums. So what you need to do is to ignore it. Act like you're not even there. And then after the behavior, you want to sit down later, or when the child is playing, right after the incident. Don't let it go for too long without talking about it, because they'll forget. They're kids. Who really cares? Like, hey, whatever. So you want to talk about the behavior. What could you do differently to avoid that from happening? That's when your social story can come into play, where you guys can talk. You can pull out some toys to play with and communicate that, role play what happened and how you could have responded to the situation differently with the character that Johnny likes to play with. So that way you're talking in a way, you're sending out a message to him and modeling the proper way of behaving when things don't go the way that they should go. 6. You want to interact through physical activity. I just went over one of the things, like role playing with Johnny. During playtime, know and understand the characters and the things that your child is into. Usually children with autism might want to play by themselves. They might not want to be bothered with anyone, but as mommy or a therapist going in there to help them, our job is to make sure that we play with Johnny to help Johnny to be able to communicate functionally around his environment. So we want to boost that communication. We want to boost that social interaction with Johnny. So I usually would find what he likes. If Johnny likes to play with cars, I'll bring in cars. He might not like little people, so I will get my own little people and have some cars to play with, and use the car and the little people and role play certain behavior on how you respond to certain things and requesting. So I take Johnny into that route of his own world to present and to give him what he wants, so that way I can get him to engage and I can get the response that I'm looking for without really fighting with Johnny. So the bottom line there is for you to understand the child's likes and dislikes, the kind of things that the child likes to play with, and use that medium to communicate with the child based on his environmental engineering. Okay, environmental engineering likes and dislikes are different for different people. So find what your child likes and use that to teach them. Number 7, Be affectionate and respectful. Let me tell you something. These children are beautiful and they understand. You cannot treat them anyhow. They have feelings. They are little people. They know if you love them. They can tell the difference between someone loving them and someone being mean and someone being firm. If you're firm to them, they know that you love them, you're being firm. If you're mean to them, they can tell that you're mean to them, and they would not respond to you very well. And another thing is, they know when you appreciate them. Children know that, whether they have autism or not. But I am going to stick to the autism part of it because I have worked with a lot of children with autism, and I do realize that when they know that you love them, they would express their emotions in different ways. They'll communicate with you in different ways, and they will respect you. Even when you're being firm, they would know that you're being firm because you mean good for them. You want to respect them very much, so don't talk to them disrespectfully. Get down to their level, understand their wants and needs, give them choices, let them take you into their world, allow them to teach you. Even though sometimes as therapists we go into homes to work with these children, we need to understand that it's our responsibility to give them the best, and the way we can give them the best is to understand their world. Because if we don't understand their world, you're going to frustrate yourself and you're going to frustrate them. They talk. They can learn very, very quickly, quicker than me and you. The big book that we're carrying doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how educated you are, how many degrees you have, how many certifications that you have. If you cannot communicate these kids from heart to heart, then you have defeated everything. So make sure that even at home, moms, your child know when you are giving them that attention. Get off the phone, man. Don't be on the phone 24/7 and not focus or pay attention to your child's needs. You know, give them, even if you give them 30 minutes a day, 15 to 30 minutes a day, quality time, that is more than ignoring them for the whole day. All right? Being affectionate towards them will do you more good. It will do you very much good. Number 8, show your love and interest. Show your love and interest. It's very simple. Show that you love them. Show that you're interested in what they're doing. Show that you're interested in how they feel. Show them that you're interested about them in general. Listen to them. Let them talk to you. Follow them. These little people will walk sometimes, tat, 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 tat. All I do when I go to some homes, I just follow them around. Okay, what do you want to do next? Okay, let's go. Oh, you like to play with Play-Doh? Great. I love Play-Doh too. Wow. Let's make a ball. Would you like to play with ball? Yes? Okay, we'll play with ball. I roll the Play-Doh and roll it across, and I say, go get it, go, go, go. Now they'll get the Play-Doh. As I roll it, they'll get the Play-Doh. I have my little cup put in. They'll put the Play-Doh in there, and I'll take it again, and I'll roll the Play-Doh again. So whenever they do what I ask them to do in play, I always respond with praise. That's my reinforcement. Positive reinforcement, praise. Good job. You did a great job. The next thing is, with the interest of love, I want to model language, and I also want to model actions. What do I want them to do with the Play-Doh? I don't necessarily have to say, okay, you know what? You go ahead, I want you to do this. No, I am going to model what I want. If I want to push it, I want to push down and say, push, push, push. Using words. At the same time, I'm modeling what I want the child to do. I am responding to them with praise, and I am telling them how wonderful they are doing and how much I love their work. Guess what? We end up having a fantastic session. The child will talk quicker because they are happy. The child would want to come and have therapy every day. You know, they will look forward for you to come over to play with them. Kids learn through play. And playing is just not any kind of play. Play their way. You cannot love them the way you want to love them. You have to love children the way they want to be loved. And the way they want to be loved is for you to get into their worlds so they can teach you how you can love them. Getting into their interest. Thank you guys so much. I hope this video really helps. My name again is Antoinette Hunter. Keep watching me. Love you guys. Goodbye.